I got over my fear and I built a custom component in .NET MAUI, and now my code sucks a little bit less. So I noticed that I was doing a lot of simple navigation in my .NET MAUI application. I would define a button on my UI, add a click handler, and whenever the button was clicked, I would just navigate to the next page in the application. But I also noticed while I was building this application, I was duplicating this simple pattern everywhere. And additionally, it was an unnecessarily long and kind of quirky process just to add a button that would take me to a different page. So I decided no more duplicating this logic everywhere. Let's extract this to a reusable component, some kind of link component, where when I click the link button, it'll take me to whatever page I want to go to next. So in .NET MAUI, and really WPF as well, there's really three main choices for creating custom components. We could use inheritance of a high-level element, such as a button. We could have inheritance of a low-level element, such as the literal element class. That's the base of almost every UI element of MAUI. Or we could create a reusable content view that comes along with predefined XAML. So for this custom link component, we're going to do inheritance of a high-level element. In this case, we're going to inherit from a button. And the reason we want to take this approach is because we want to get all of the click handling and unlimited styling, etc. that button provides for free. So we're just going to inherit from that, and it makes sense. Our link is going to be a button. It's going to be a clickable element on our UI. We don't want to do inheritance of a low-level element, such as the element class, because then we'd have to re-implement all of that click handling. And we don't want to take the content view approach here, because then we wouldn't have as much flexibility with styling. So the first thing we're going to do is add a new class in our project for our link component. It's just going to be a class. It's not going to be any kind of special MAUI template, just a class, and we'll call this our link. And as we mentioned, we do want to take an inheritance approach here, so we're going to inherit from button. And that's exactly what we want. We want to be a button, but with additional functionality. So how are we going to implement this custom functionality of our link component? Well, the first thing we need to consider is what data does our link component need in order to be functional? And the main piece of data we're going to need is the route that we want to go to. So clients that use this link component are going to define an attribute in XAML for the desired route that we want to navigate to. And we're going to represent that with a bindable property. So we'll define that. That's going to be our route property. And we're just going to create a bindable property. We're going to have to point this to a route property on our link instance. This is going to be a type of string on our link component. And the default value can just be an empty string. And lastly, we'll define the route property on our link instance. So this uses the nifty little getValue utility that base MAUI components provide that allow us to get the value of a bindable property as well as set the value of a bindable property. So before we go any further, let's see how this is used. So let's go back to our landing view where we have this navigation, and we're going to import our link component. So first, let's define the namespace where that link component lives. I'm going to name this namespace shared because my link component lives in our shared namespace. So we'll reference that. And now instead of referencing our button here, we want to use our link component from the shared namespace. And on this link component, we will see our route bindable property that we just defined. So we want to define that. And when we click this button, we want to go to the join route. So same functionality that we have in our code behind right now, but we're moving it to our custom link component. And another great thing to call out is even though this is a custom link component that we created, we can still define plenty of different attributes such as margin, text, all kinds of styling attributes. And that's because we inherited from button. So we get all of that for free, which is really powerful. But now moving back to the functionality of our link component, now that we have the data that we need for our link component to work, represented by our bindable property, we're ready to focus on behavior. So we want to navigate to the next page or the next route defined by our route property whenever our button or our link is clicked. So let's create a constructor on our link component. And all we want to do here is subscribe to the clicked event on our button. And we'll press tab and generate a handler method for this clicked event. So whenever our link is clicked, we just want to do navigation. So let's copy this from our code behind. And whenever the link gets clicked, we're going to take our shell current instance and go to whatever route we specified. So let's reference that instead of hard coding this. There we go. And navigation is async. So let's make this an async void. You definitely want to try and stay away from async void, but for click handlers, it is fair game because this needs to be void anyways. But of course, even though this is async void, we really should be handling errors inside of this method, but we can defer that for now. So now let's go back to our landing view where we have this custom link component defined. Let's remove this old click handler that would previously do the navigation. That's all managed inside of our custom component now. And let's test this out. So let's click get started. And here we go. We're inside of our link component. We're going to perform the navigation to our join route, which we specified. And boom, the navigation succeeds. And again, since we inherited from button, we get the default button styling and content template for free, which really helps speed up the development of custom components. Whereas if we had inherited from a low-level element such as the view class, we would have had to provide our own content template, styling, functionality, behavior, etc., all from scratch. So this is really all it takes to extend high-level elements in MAUI. So choose the element that you wish to extend. In this case, we chose the button element. Add bindable properties for the attributes or data that your component needs in order to function. And then simply use event handlers to add your own custom behavior. And hey, even small, simple components, such as this custom link component, can still be useful in an application, so don't be afraid to create custom components. So hopefully you can apply these concepts, or even this exact same link component, to your own application to easily extend existing components in MAUI with your own custom behavior.